So once GTR 1 is downloaded, go to the main install folder, hit config.exe, should get a hardware error, hit OK. You probably don't need to do that, I just do it just in case. Then go to gtr.exe, go to properties, set the compatibility mode to run this program as an administrator. If you're running Windows 10, I also highly suggest to check disable full screen optimizations. When you have full screen optimizations enabled, it can sometimes lead to lower frame rates, lower performance, increased input lag, stutters, stuff like that. It doesn't happen on most games probably, but it can happen. So I just check this so that the game runs in true full screen mode. I heard that with Windows 11 you don't want to enable this because Windows 11 works different. So I don't know if you should check this with Windows 11. I don't know if that's true or not, but with Windows 10, definitely check this. Definitely disable full screen optimizations. I highly recommend this with all your racing sims. I don't do it with all my games, but I do it with all my racing sims. Then go to your config.ini file, and we're gonna set GTR to use your graphics card. So what you're gonna do is do a search on your computer for DXDiag. Wait for the green bar to finish. Hit save all information, and save the text file. So locate the text file, dxdiag.txt. Do a search for device identifier. Copy and paste the number without the curly brackets into your video GUID on the config.ini file we just opened. Keep the config.ini file open because we're not done with it yet. Now we're going to find the resolution to enter into the video mode, the resolution and refresh rate. On Windows 10, this might be the same on Windows 11, I'm not sure. Hit display settings, advanced display settings. Make sure you're on your correct monitor, because in case you have more than one. Display adapter properties, list all modes. And for this test, we're going to be setting the game to 2560 by 1440. So what you need to do is go to the top of the list, and you're going to just count down how many clicks it is to that particular resolution that you need. The thing is, though, you need to make sure the first one is 0, not 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just keep doing that until you get to your desired resolution and refresh rate. We're doing 2560 by 1440 for this test. On my system, it's 92. Remember to make sure the first one is starts at 0, not 1. And then if you want, you probably don't need to do this. I don't think it'll make a difference, but you can change the CPU rating to 4, video RAM and system RAM to 2048. These two details to 3. Windowed mode 0, run benchmark 0, VSync and FSAA 0. Don't touch anything else, like VB strategy, I'm not sure what that is. Video refresh, don't touch that either. Grid size, like don't touch anything else. Save the file and close it. Because we've set GTR to run as admin mode, start it from the exe file. I mean, you can always just create a shortcut and place it on your desktop or on your taskbar or wherever. Open up GTR. On your first time opening it, it's going to ask you to create a profile. So just enter the name of your player profile. You can quickly go into the graphics settings and set all your graphics options to maxed out and stuff, but that should change on the next step. But if you want to do that, you can. Just quickly load a practice session. You don't need to go out on track. Once the practice session is loaded, just fully exit the game. That should create some folders and files for you. Now we're going to install the GTR 1 Reborn mod. It's at this link here. The link will also be in the Overtake forum post of mine. Once you download that, you're going to just open it up and paste copy all the files into your GTR 1 main install folder. When it asks you to replace or overwrite files, hit yes. Okay, so now we're going to go to user data. We're going to open up your player's profile folder. For me, it's Spinelli. It's going to be whatever you named your player profile to. And we're going to open up your player profiles PLR file with any text program. We're going to go back and we're going to open this file as well. We're going to copy and paste everything in this file over to your PLR file. So we're only starting at the driving aids part. Highlight everything all the way to the bottom, copy it, go to your PLR file, and make sure you copy it just starting from the driving aids file. Of course, you don't want to copy and erase any of this stuff. So driving aids, go all the way down, and then just paste it, and then save this PLR file. If you're actually interested in playing GTR, then I also recommend going into your user data folder and getting the contents from this folder here, copying it, going back, and go into your player profile folder and paste that in there and overwrite all the files if it asks. What that'll do is it'll insert all the GTR 1 pre-made car and track setups. There's a car and tracks there's a setup for almost every car and track combination in the game, and this will allow you to use that. GTR 1 only supports 3 controllers. If it's not detecting your controller, then you'll want to use this neat little tool to fix that. So you're going to go back into your main GTR install directory. You're going to go to DevReOrder. You're going to copy and paste these 3 files into your main GTR folder. And you're going to go back in there, and you're also going to copy and paste the x86 file in your GTR folder. The x86 file is for 32-bit games, which GTR 1 is, and the x64 is obviously for 64-bit games. So just remember that, because you can use this for just about any game. Once that's pasted in your directory, you're going to open up Device Lister, and you're going to open up devreorder.ini. So all you're going to do now is place, you can place either the device ID number or this long number here. To me, the easiest is just to use the name of the controller. That way you can see exactly what you're doing. So for me, I want to use my SimuCube 2 Pro. We're going to go here where the order section is. You can just delete these examples. SimuCube 2 Pro, these are my pedals, and we're going to copy them without the quotes. Make sure you copy it, don't type it, because capitals do matter as well as spaces. It has to be identical. And then I want it to recognize my sequential shifter. You can use the letters or the numbers here. The numbers, you need to use the curly brackets, I believe. If there are rare occasions when the number and the name don't work. In those rare occasions, you need to use the device HID number thing here. I'm not sure if you need to use the triangles at the beginning and end. But yeah, this is only for rare occasions. I've never had it happen to me. I always just use the name with all my games. You can have more devices listed here. That won't cause any problems. Just GTR will only recognize the top 3. This will be controller 1, 2, and 3. But it doesn't hurt to have a bunch listed, so don't worry if you have more than 1 listed. So we'll save that. And now you'll see GTR will recognize my 3 controllers. Once you're in GTR 1, you'll notice that there will be an additional force feedback preset that I created. It'll be benchmark. It should already be loaded, but if you ever change up accident, like you click one of these by accident, or maybe you change something here, you can always reload it just by clicking it. This is very important because the force feedback settings included in this benchmark file are going to affect frame rates differently than these other force feedback files. So make sure you always have it set to benchmark. Sometimes when you change this, it can reset the force feedback settings even though benchmark is still highlighted. It's kind of hit and miss. The game's a little finicky, so you can always just re-click it just to make sure.